Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays, my collection. And I just wanted to let you guys know what I do on my show. I like to show the DVDs and Blu-rays and Laserdiscs that I have. When I first thought of doing this channel, I just thought, do I just start pulling movies off my shelf and show everybody what movies I have? Because I've seen, hundreds and hundreds, seems like hundreds of videos like that where somebody just shows their whole collection off, pulls on this, da, da, da. So I thought, well, I'll do that sorta, but talk about the movies a little bit more in detail, and then just spotlight stuff, like spotlight directors and spotlight different genres, like westerns and war movies and dramas, different stuff, spotlight actors and everything. So today I want to spotlight an actor who we lost recently, Sean Connery. And I figured I would just skip the James Bonds that he's did, the Indiana Jones movies, some of the more well-known roles he did over the years, and I would just pick out some movies that you probably haven't seen, or maybe you have, and they need a rewatch. So I'm going to show you some movies, and you should probably check these out because I highly recommend all of these. First movie I want to show is a movie made in 1965 by Sidney Lumet. This is on the Warner Archive Collection. It's a DVD of The Hill. This is a kind of a military prison for the British. It's a British military prison. And where, while you're in the army, you get in trouble, you get caught, just like being out of the army, just regular crimes you commit in the army, they're going to throw you in this, stockade, basically, this prison. And they made it kind of like a torture-ish prison, where they got this hill that goes way up, way up. I'm not sure exactly how tall it is, but it like goes over the prison almost. It's in the middle of the yard. It's very steep, and they make the men march up and down it all day in the hot sun. Because I think it's in North Africa. It's when the British was in the North Africa during World War II, and it's a hot, horrible prison, and it's run by some really bad guys who just treat the prisoners like crap. And Sean Connery comes in there, and he's kind of like, I'm not going to put up with this stuff. He's kind of like, he's smarter than being in the army. He's kind of smarter than the commanders and all this different stuff. He brings this really cool characterization to him, and great movie. He's got some great scenes in it. It's filmed in beautiful black and white. I'm not sure who the cinematographer is, but it's a really cool movie. Highly recommend this. If you haven't seen The Hill, you need to check it out. I don't believe it's on Blu-ray yet, so this is the DVD I have. Next up, I lied. There is a James Bond movie, but this is a 3-pack Sean Connery Collection DVD. This has a kind of an assortment of movies he's made. Cuba, A Bridge Too Far, and the Never Say Never Again James Bond movie that he made for Warner Brothers, kind of as a one-off thing. This was like 1983, I want to say. Roger Moore was still the official James Bond, and they put out Octopussy that year. And this came out about the exact same time that summer. And it's kind of James Bond. He's kind of older. He's kind of doing a different character than the Roger Moore character. So it's an interesting movie. I think it has something to do with the script. That was something that that was rejected by the Albert Broccoli and the other producers of the other series or something like that. Don't quote me on this, but yeah, it's one of those oddball movies. So it's on here. So if you've never checked that out, check it out. It's great. Cuba, I've never seen. I haven't watched this yet. I've had this for a while. But A Bridge Too Far is a great war movie, and he's in it. He's got a thick Scottish accent. It's a cool movie. So yeah, there's a little 3-pack to check out. Now here's a movie that I hadn't seen until recently. I got this actually right before he died. Actually, it was weird, but I got this movie. It's called the Molly Maguires, and this was made in 1970, and it stars Richard Harris, Sean Connery, Samantha Eggar. And this basically takes place in the English North Country, the Black Country, coal miners. Basically, the Molly Maguires is like a group that go in and kind of, get back at the coal company, who basically take all their wages, and they're basically slaves to the coal country. And they do stuff like vandalize stuff and blow up the shafts and do all kinds of stuff to kind of just to get back at the people. But it tells the different stories of it's kind of similar to the North American, coal countries and stuff. But it's really cool. It's really interesting. I recommend it. It's an odd movie. I had never heard of it till recently. It's directed by Martin Ritt, he's directed some really cool movies. So I was kind of looking up about him for some reason, and I saw the Molly Maguires, and I was wondering, what is that? So I checked it out, and it looked really interesting, so I got a copy of it. And maybe just a few weeks later, the news came that Sean Connery died. So it was really weird. So it's a really cool movie. Check that out if you haven't seen it. The next movie is this is a more high-profile film, I guess you could say, but it's such a good movie. It's The Untouchables, directed by Brian De Palma. It's got Kevin Costner, Andy Garcia, Robert De Niro plays what's his face, Al Capone. So he's basically Sean Connery's playing a cop. He's kind of a beat cop, and he's kind of getting to the later years, of retirement, and he's seen everything, done everything, heard everything. He's been around. He's a well-experienced cop. So he meets up with Kevin Costner's character, Elliot Ness, and they kind of form a friendship, a deep friendship that goes beyond work. And he kind of looks up to him, and he really helps Elliot Ness out on getting back at Al Capone and everything. So it's such a good movie. Can't even go into explaining it. You probably have seen it a million times, but man, it's such a great movie. It's one of those rewatchable movies, and so I highly recommend this. This Blu-ray looks good. So yeah, The Untouchables came out in '87, and I believe, before I put this away, I believe Sean Connery won a Best Supporting Actor Oscar for that, if I'm not mistaken. Next up, this is the last one. This is probably the granddaddy of all the oddball Sean Connery movies, and maybe one of the oddest movies made in the 1970s. And how this movie got made, and why it got made, and why it exists, and what is it, and why is it so watchable. The movie I'm talking about is Zardoz. Now, you've probably seen on the internet pictures of Sean Connery with the little red, looks like he's in underwear, and he's got like a ponytail, and he's got these weird boots, and he carries some kind of weapon, and you wonder, what the hell is that? And he's got like a weird beard, and it's a science fiction movie. It's a country, it's a planet where they don't believe in sex and all kinds of odd stuff. It's strange. I won't even go into it. Just Google Zardos, look it up. It's a great movie. It's just odd. It's one of those oddball movies. It's the king of the oddball movie, I would say. But no, it's really good, actually. It's directed by John Boorman, who made Deliverance and Excalibur and some really good movies. Let's see who else is in it. Charlotte Rampling. Got a lot of great English actors in it. But this is the Arrow video edition, and I haven't even opened it yet. I have a laser disc of it, funny enough, that I watch a lot. It's the old 89 or widescreen CBS Fox laser disc. I should have brought it out, but this is a I guess a new one, you know, to kind of a step up from the Laserdisc. So it's got some extra stuff on there. I haven't opened it yet. I thought about busting it out and watching it and everything. But it's one of those movies you want to be in the mood to watch it, first of all. So, and there's some other movies I could have put in here. Another one he made in 1981 also. It's called Outland, and where he plays a cop in space on this planet. And it's a science fiction movie. It's really cool. If you like science fiction movies, if you kind of like detective stories and stuff, you'll really like that movie. It's kind of it's almost like a film noir in space. So if you like the Alien and all the stuff like that, it all came out around the same time. So it looks really cool. I should have included that, but I didn't. So yeah, there you go. So we lost a really good actor. I mean, he was a funny man. He was in so many good movies. I just didn't want to show you all the movies and have a 2-hour video. I just wanted to pick out some good ones you may have missed along the way of watching Sean Connery. So rest in peace, sir. You were a good actor. And that's about it, guys. So if you like this episode, give me a thumbs up. Comment, and check out my other videos I have on my channel, and subscribe. Would really be cool if you subscribe and check out all the videos and stuff like that. So until next time, guys, I'm Mike. Be safe out there, and watch good movies. Watch a Sean Connery movie tonight, The Hill, the Molly Maguires, and if you're froggy enough, Zardos. I'll see you later, guys.